Hey, I'm Jon Thelen. Today on Fish Ed, we're chasing some midwinter walleyes. I mean, these are the finickiest times that you're ever going to run across for a walleye. It's dark down there, everything's a little bit quiet, there's no wave action to rile them up, but there's ways you can catch them, and we're going to show you that today. And while we're at it, we're going to show you the coolest new spoon you've ever seen. So stay right where you're at. Fish Ed's coming up. There he is, got him that time. That time I feel like I stuck him a little bit better. Let's see. These fish have been a little bit tentative this morning. We've had a couple hooked up that have gotten off, and sometimes that's just a case of the bites just getting going. Oh yeah, good on. Look at that. Switched colors here a few minutes ago just to give myself a different look down there. Look at that, what a great fish. That's what we're chasing today. Man, just good eater-sized walleyes, you know, and you always got that chance of having a good one mixed in. But man, this fish has been up and down with me a couple times. I had him hooked once, he got off, and you know, they're just on that little bit of tentative side sometimes in the morning as things are getting going, but we stuck them, and that's a great start to our day right there. You know, one of the things I'll tell you that I think is just so important when you're messing around with a situation like we got right now, and what that is you look at my floor here. The ice is covered with a hard pack of snow that's about that thick, and I mean, it is a hard pack right now. It's, you know, we're into those months of the winter where the wind is blowing across it, packed it down hard as a rock, and what happens when that takes place is your light penetration just becomes less and less and less. And the less light you got down there, the harder it is day in and day out for fish to find your bait. And that's where I think color and making sure they see that color can make such a big difference. And the other thing I'm doing is I'm glowing it up. Now here's the thing, I'm a big believer in glow, and I'm going to show you how this works on this glow spoon in a few minutes. But the biggest thing about glow to me is you're making it so that color is brighter and you're grabbing their attention in. And that's what we're trying to do. I mean, when you got snowpack like this, when you got a little bit dirtier water like we have on the lake we're on today, you want to grab their attention, and color's a great way to do it. There he is right there. Got him. That feels like another pretty good one. See, you know, they're all good in one way, shape, or form. This guy just came popping off the bottom. Man, it's funny how when they get tuned in and they see a bait. Oh yeah, this is a good fish. When they get tuned in and see a bait, it's amazing how all of a sudden they'll just come railing up and nail it. And this guy, he saw it. Great walleye. Look at this one. Wow. Let's get that guy. Look at that. What an awesome fish. Oh man, this guy, he just came just railing in there. I mean, he saw that glow spoon. Look at that. And I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about this spoon now and explain it to you. But this thing is the coolest bait I've seen in years when it comes to ice fishing. You know, it's hard to think about, you know, what's new and great in ice fishing, and how do you do new and great, because everything's been done and there's so many companies out there now. But I'll tell you what, this is new and great, and I'm going to explain it to you here in just a second, but we're going to let that fish go first. But look at that walleye. What a beautiful big fish. That's an awesome fish right there. Let's get this girl back in the water, and then I'm going to show you this brand new Lindy glow spoon, because I'll tell you what. Oh, there she goes. That's awesome, man. That's a great fish. But I want to show this to you. This is the neatest bait out there. It's the neatest thing I've seen in a lot of years, and a lot of effort went into building this bait. This is a spoon that's actually made out of a plastic type material. So think of it as a crankbait under the water. I mean, it really will do everything for you that a crankbait's going to do. But then it's actually got a slot in the back so you can put a light stick in it. And because of it being that type of material, when you paint this, when we put our decorations on this, it glows the whole front. The whole front of this thing lights up. And when you have the ability to light up the whole front end of this thing, what it does is makes it so that you can see it from a mile away. Well, the fish can see it from a mile away. Now on the back, you'll just get the light of the glow stick. But up here on the front, you get that whole thing illuminated so they can see it, they can tune in on it. And then here's the other thing that's really, really cool. Inside of here, the weight to get this down is 4 little tungsten beads. Now this makes it so that, number one, it's completely lead free. You can use this thing anywhere you go ice fishing. But number two is you have these tungsten weights to get it down, but they also rattle. So now we've done the best of every single world. From a distance, the fish is going to see this bait because it's glowed up and he can see it from a mile away. But the glow actually shines through in all the various colors. So if you look at that pink one I'm using, you compare it to the emerald one that I was using earlier today, this one's going to glow emerald down there. This one here, this is glowing pink down there. And you got all these different color patterns. So now you can actually glow the whole color pattern down there. You've got rattles to bring them in. You've really got everything. And that's why that big walleye right there attacked it. I mean, he can see it. He can hear it. He believes it's a real thing. He can see that awesome decoration. He can tune in on it. And there's a lot of glow. That whole face is glowed up and he can come in and smack it. I'll tell you what, that's awesome, man. I just love catching big fish through the ice. That's just awesome. There he is right there, coming right back up at me. There he is, got him that time. You know, that's either the same fish or another one that was traveling with him. I don't think he's real big though. That one I had, oh, I don't know, you know, maybe he'll be okay. Might make that eater range, we'll see. You know, they either travel together or you got the same fish there and you got another chance. Oh, it's another good eater fish. What am I thinking? Look at that. Man, look at that fish. Look at that walleye. He swallowed that whole glow spoon. I mean, he just came flying up and ate it. I pulled him through the slush here up at the top, but what a great fish. And I mean, just goes to show you what I was talking about how when you get their attention, I mean, look at that. That fish ate that spoon. When's the last time you saw a spoon down a fish's throat like that? I mean, boy, talk about just eating it all the way down. See if, number one, if we can get them unhooked. We're keeping a couple fish today, so I'm not as worried about it. It shouldn't be as bad as it looks. There we go. Look at that. What an awesome walleye. That's just awesome right there. We'll throw him in the pail to go home and eat too. You know, when you look at locations that we're fishing at this time of the year too, I think they're just so important, because when you get to this point of the year, these fish, they all get off of the edges of structure. And you can see I've got little bugs, little worms all over around the hole. And what's happening is these walleyes are spitting those up as they come up. And I'm just off the edge of a structure. I'm out in about 28 feet. And just right over here, when you hit about 26 feet, the bottom content changes. I'm into gravel, then I'm into some big boulders. But right out here in this edge of the mud, this is kind of that progression in midwinter. You get out into this and you can pretty well know that these fish are all going to congregate. You know, the other thing about this area I'm fishing too is you're into deep water. You're into deep, dark water. And when you get into deep, dark water, what you got to remember is you got to use a bait that's going to grab their attention. And that's exactly why I'm using this new glow spoon today, because they can see it, they can hear it. It really does everything I need. I mean, these fish, when it comes down to it, they're just meandering around out here, and I'm just trying to grab their attention. And one after another, we're picking them off as they come through here. Because you got to remember, I'm not sitting on a rock pile the size of a VW. You know, I mean, bottom line is I'm out kind of off an edge, out in the middle of nowhere, where these fish are just roaming before they go up and feed. I mean, it's early to midday right now. So realistically, you want to use a bait that's going to grab their attention. And you know what? The glow spoon's doing it today. There he is, got him. Ooh, this feels like, yeah, this is a big fish. This fish looked big on the screen down there. This is a big fish. This is an eye. This is a real good eye. This fish just flat out looked big on the screen. Almost made me wonder if it was a pike coming through here, but it's not running like a pike. It's feeling like a walleye. If it's an eye, it's a big one. And this thing, when he came in, I was looking at him on the graph and I thought, boy, that's got to be a pretty big fish. Give this fish a little bit extra drag. I don't want to lose him. Ooh, look at that. Wow. We'll see. He's not trying to go sideways like a pike. Oh, wait till you see this one. Oh my Lord. Look at this. Wow. That is all of a 30-inch walleye, I bet. Look at this fish. Oh my Lord, that is just a giant. Look at that. Holy smokes. What a fish. What a fish. Look at this. I'm gonna pop this lure out of his mouth right here. Wait till you see this. Look at that. That's a Lindy glow spoon, and that is a Lindy glow spoon giant. Holy smokes. This fish came in and he looked huge on the screen. I mean, I knew he was big. He's all beat up. Look at that. She's an old fish. You can see how beat up she is, but I knew this fish was big when it hit the screen. I had no idea she was this. Look at that. She's beat up on that side too. What a fish. That's just flat out awesome, man. Anywhere, any day. How do you beat that? Lindy glow spoon right there, man. That is just awesome. I'm gonna get this big girl back in the water. What a giant. That is just awesome. We're gonna have to lay her here to just kind of slide her down there. Get her to make it down there. Look at that. Get going, big girl. Oh, that was just awesome, man. That is just awesome. Thanks for watching Fish Ed today. That right there is a great way to finish it. Get yourself some of these new Lindy glow spoons. You can do what we've done today. You can fill a pail with fish. You can catch giants like that one. Man, my heart's going 100 miles an hour. That's like shooting a big buck. When you do that through the ice, boy, I'll tell you what, that is just cool.